Hello, amazing patrons. I'm just taking time out of the latest episode that I recorded just to give you a little bit of a sneak preview of what it's about, because it's a really fascinating case. Thanks to you guys, because I get income from the Patreon, it means, and also obviously YouTube and stuff, but particularly Patreon, it means that I feel like, okay, kind of investing things into the creation of these episodes. And so I bought recently the most expensive book I bought in my life. It's this, Exploring the Supernatural, a 1950s book that is very hard to find today. And brace yourself, it was selling for £65. Now, maybe you're a high roller out there and you spent a lot more on books before, but this is a benchmark for me. This is the most I've ever spent on a book. But I got this book because I started to hear about a really interesting haunting in Canada called the Dag Farm haunting. Maybe some of you know about it, maybe you don't. Anyway, I started looking into this and I thought, I want to know more about that. And I've discovered that this book is one of the best sources for it, but it's very hard to find. And anyway, managed to track it down and got a little bit off from the price, haggled with the bookseller. You're supposed to do that. I think I got maybe for £55. I can't remember. Anyways, read the chapter on it and I was like, this is an amazing story. Well, I think it's amazing, particularly because it's not just about a haunting and poltergeist, but to me, I don't like bandy the word demonic around that often, but to me, this has serious demonic vibes. Like there is something insidious going on, I think, with this. And anyway, so I used this, but also it turned out that there was a short film, half-an-hour film, that was based on this, that was made in the 50s. And the Canadian... the National Film Board of Canada, I think, have a copy, and I contacted them and said, look, can I watch this? And you pay like $25 or something and they let you watch it. So I watched that too and was able to see these things. I love it when there's things that you like aren't out there but you're able to get your hands on it. Sadly, it costs way too much for me to get the rights to show it in the episode, so yeah, it was going to cost like thousands of pounds to show like 30 seconds or something, so yeah, I can't do that. But gathering that and then all of the different like newspaper reports and then digging in, particularly with this book, but giving me the sort of the springboard for this has been just a really amazing story to explore, particularly because I was also able to locate the actual place where the farm is today. I asked a few people around and people were like, I'm not going to tell you, but fair enough, it's a private residence, so I'm not going to tell you that either or on the video. But after doing some detective work and then doing this clever little nifty trick with a map that I found, I found the place and was able to contact the people and talk to them about it. They're not featuring in the episode, so I'm not naming them. But... you'll find out in the episode, but stuff has continued in that house. Not lately. They told me that nothing much has happened for a while, but it did continue. So something really interesting is going on with this story. And so anyway, I'm making the episode at the moment. I've just been recording the bits to the camera. But in the meantime, it's been really cool because we're trying to get more people involved sometimes if we can. And so I want to get clips of these places. And so there's like a volunteer, this woman called Kim, who got in touch and... like, if all goes well, like she's like hopping in a car and driving for an hour to these locations and taking video for me. She also doesn't know where the actual location is, but she knows where the locations are that I wanted to just film, street signs and just to get the ambience of the place. So it's cool. It's like having involving people like that is like having people like on location shooters and stuff. Shooters, that's the wrong word. Camera people. And then there was another location I found where I was like, I'd love to get a picture of that. I'd love to get a video of that. So there's just this like memorial I want to get a video of. And then I'm like, wait a minute. There's a high school 4 minutes walk from here. So I emailed the principal and said, look, would any of your students like to be involved in a YouTube video? And if they're interested in history or the paranormal or filmmaking, and then utilize them that way. I'm still waiting to hear back from them. Involving all of these people and going to these sorts of lengths to make these episodes obviously costs money, but also it costs a lot of time. you don't need to have an actual shot of the road on which these, the road on which some of these things happened. You don't have to do that. But there's this sort of compulsion sometimes to say, but I want to do that, because that's what's making this interesting. I have to be very careful, and me and Steph and Gerard, who does the editing now, we had a meeting a little while, say, look, let's not be perfectionists, because we'll end up like driving ourselves into the ground. But on this occasion, so the last episode we didn't do quite as much on. It's a shorter episode, but this episode, I don't know how long it's going to be, but yeah, it's just involving a lot of work, and but it's so satisfying, and it's so amazing to be able to involve people, because these things matter. I think these stories matter, and particularly this one, because not only is it scary, but it does raise a very disturbing thought that will apply to all hauntings. Well, a lot of hauntings that you'll listen to. So I hope you'll enjoy the episode. Anyway, I better shut up, because I'm going to go and start editing it now. But I just thought I'd give you a little look. Look at the amazing artwork on this. Ooh, will it be? There you go. And it's this book here. And I've only looked at the chapter so far on the ghost that talked. Oh yeah, the ghost talks in this. That's what makes it particularly interesting. But I will. I'll have to read the rest of this book, because there might be more little nuggets for us to explore. Right, thanks again, you wonderful people. Look at this. I'm able to switch this camera off with my phone. Amazing. Bye.